Human cyborgs welcome. Kevin of 9 here. A 37-year-old walks into the cardiologist and is waiting to see the doctor. The nurse briefs the doctor in the hallway and says the patient would like a second opinion about a pacemaker. The doctor says to the nurse, "Tell him it's the kidneys."
That was not funny.
That's how the first appointment with my current cardiologist started. That good-natured joke was how I was introduced to Dr. M. He was a straightforward, no-nonsense kind of doctor, but he had a good nature about him and he was easy to get along with. His approach was much better than the first cardiologist I saw. And if you want to hear more about that, check out some of my earlier videos where I explain that experience. I voiced all my concerns with Dr. M, and he went through them one by one with me. The first one I went over was I thought I was way too young to be getting a pacemaker. But he explained to me that this can happen to people at any age, infants, 2-year-olds on up, even though it's more common in older people, that anybody could have an electrical problem with the heart. Also, my other concern was I did some internet research, which was probably a bad thing.
Yes, it is bad.
And found out that sleep apnea could have an effect on AV node block. And I was thinking, maybe I should take care of the sleep apnea and it would make the heart problem go away. Well, he explained to me that perhaps if I had first degree AV block, which would be a short pause in between the top and the bottom chambers beating, that sleep apnea might be something to look into as a corrective measure. But because of my 5.5 second pause where my lower chamber didn't beat for 4 beats basically, that was third degree AV node block, and there's no other treatment other than getting a pacemaker. Some of the other things I talked to Dr. M about was restrictions. I was very concerned about how it would affect my life because once I got it, I would need it for the rest of my life. I was concerned about exercising, playing sports with my daughter, exercise, work, doing my job. But he let me know that most of my normal everyday activities, or if not all of them, would be unaffected after the 6-week recovery period. I'm going to talk about in a future video some of the restrictions during that first 6 weeks after recovery, or after the surgery during recovery. But currently I'm out of that period and I have 0 restrictions on my everyday life. I go to work, I do what I normally do at work. I play with my daughter, we're outside running around, learning to ride bike. We're going to an amusement park, so there's no restrictions on my everyday activities or even some of the extracurricular activities I like to do. He told me the only things I really need to stay away from after I get the pacemaker are strong magnetic fields and high-powered electrical equipment. And since I'm really not around those in my day-to-day job or life, that everything would be pretty much normal for me once I did get the pacemaker. With all that, Dr. M did put all my concerns to rest. His good-natured manner and the way he approached everything was comforting. He said, "We're going to take care of you. We're going to schedule the surgery for you as soon as possible. And once you get it, you're going to live a long, happy life." And that really helped alleviate all the concerns that my wife and I had. And we felt confident that going forward and getting the pacemaker was the right thing to do. And in my next video, I'm going to talk about my the days leading up to surgery and how I almost missed my surgery appointment.
Subscribe now. Resistance is futile.